The anticipation is electric as Real Madrid and Barcelona prepare to clash in this season's first El Clásico. Both teams come into the match with strong momentum, and this battle promises to be one of the most thrilling encounters we've seen in years. With new stars shining and the stakes higher than ever, could this El Clásico be the best in recent history? In today's video, we'll break down why this clash promises to be unforgettable. This Saturday's El Clásico has all the makings of an instant classic, perhaps the most exciting encounter between Real Madrid and Barcelona in recent memory. Both teams are riding high after incredible European performances this week. Real Madrid secured an emphatic 5-2 victory over Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League, where Vinícius Jr. stole the show with a stunning hat-trick. After falling 2 goals behind in the first half, Madrid, led by Vinícius and Jude Bellingham, scored 5 unanswered goals to dominate the second half. Barcelona, meanwhile, dismantled Bayern Munich with a commanding 4-1 victory in their own Champions League fixture. Rafinha was the star of the show, scoring a hat-trick, while Yamal continued to impress with his creative play in the attacking third. Barcelona's young squad, despite missing key players due to injuries, showcased their resilience and attacking power, sending a strong message ahead of the Clásico. What makes this El Clásico especially intriguing is not only the individual brilliance of players like Vinícius and Rafinha, but also the defensive vulnerabilities both teams are facing. Barcelona, under Hansi Flick, plays with a highly aggressive and open style, often pushing their fullbacks high up the pitch, which leaves their defense exposed. This approach is thrilling to watch, but risky against Real Madrid's dangerous wide players like Kylian Mbappé and Vinícius Jr. Both thrive in open spaces, and this tactical setup could create perfect opportunities for Madrid's rapid counterattacks. On the other hand, Real Madrid's own defensive issues could also lead to a high-scoring encounter. With injuries to key defenders such as Carvajal and Alaba, their backline has been shaky at times, yet their attack, led by Jude Bellingham, who has already proven himself in the biggest matches, continues to deliver. Both teams are filled with star power. Lewandowski, Rafinha, and the rising star Yamal lead the charge for Barcelona, while Madrid counters with Bellingham, Vinícius, and Mbappé. This combination of attacking firepower on both sides, combined with their defensive gaps, sets the stage for what could be a thrilling end-to-end match. Such a star-studded clash with open tactics hasn't been seen in El Clásico for years. Barcelona's attacking lineup has been firing on all cylinders ahead of this El Clásico. Rafinha's hat-trick in the midweek clash against Bayern Munich was a reminder of his sharp form, showing he can rise to the occasion when it matters most. Young Yamal, despite his age, has been a revelation this season. His creativity, vision, and dribbling have unlocked defenses across Europe, and El Clásico will be another test of his growing maturity under immense pressure. In midfield, the return of Pedri has been crucial to Barcelona's control and tempo. His ability to dictate play, combined with the vertical, aggressive approach Hansi Flick has instilled, makes Barcelona particularly dangerous on the counterattack. Lewandowski remains the focal point of this high-pressing system, and his combination with the pace of Yamal and the precision of Rafinha promises a dynamic and deadly attack. Lewandowski's experience and finishing ability will be critical in turning chances into goals against Real Madrid. While Barcelona's attack looks sharp, their defensive setup could be tested, particularly on the left flank where Alejandro Balde tends to push high into the attack. Balde's forward runs were effective against Bayern Munich, but this leaves gaps at the back that Madrid's wingers, especially Vinícius, will look to exploit. On the other hand, Jules Koundé is in exceptional form and will be key in stabilizing the defense. Meanwhile, young defender Pau Cubarsí has impressed with his composure, though he'll face his toughest test yet in El Clásico. The team's current form and attack gives them a strong advantage, but they will need to be clinical to outscore Madrid's own potent attack. This Clásico promises a fascinating clash of styles, with Barca's aggressive offense at the forefront of their game plan. If you're enjoying this breakdown, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Football Saga for more in-depth football content. Kylian Mbappé is still regaining full fitness after a slower start to the season, and this El Clásico will serve as a key test of his form. With Rodrygo sidelined due to injury, much of the attacking burden falls on Mbappé and Vinícius Jr. Mbappé's performances have been improving, but this high-profile game will show if he can deliver in the most intense situations. Jude Bellingham, while not as dazzling as last season, continues to be an essential player for Madrid. Though he's still adjusting to the new campaign, his ability to rise to the occasion in big matches could be pivotal. Bellingham has delivered before in past Clásicos, and Madrid will rely on his experience to navigate the intensity of the match. While he's yet to hit his absolute peak this season, there's no doubt he remains one of Madrid's top players. Vinícius, known for his blistering speed and dribbling, will be Madrid's primary threat against Barcelona's high defensive line. In a 4-4-2 setup, Vinícius and Mbappé will lead the attack, using their pace to exploit the spaces Barcelona leaves open. With both teams known for their aggressive attacks and slightly vulnerable defenses, the weight of Madrid's success will rest on how effectively Vinícius and Mbappé can combine. Beyond the flashy names in attack, Antonio Rudiger's leadership and presence at the back will be key for Real Madrid in this El Clásico. Known for stepping up in crucial moments, Rudiger has a knack for scoring important goals, particularly in high-stakes matches. His physical dominance in the air makes him a constant threat on set pieces, and his leadership will be critical in organizing Madrid's defense against Barcelona's relentless attack. As we look ahead to Saturday's El Clásico, predicting a winner feels almost impossible given the current form of both teams. Barcelona has been thriving under Hansi Flick, with a dynamic mix of youth and experience driving their high-pressing vertical style. Their success could depend on how effectively their attacking talents, like Rafinha and Lewandowski, break down Real Madrid's defense. The energy of young stars like Yamal adds unpredictability, making Barca a dangerous side to underestimate. On the other side, Real Madrid has its own edge, with Vinícius Jr. in explosive form and Kylian Mbappé taking on a central role due to Rodrigo's absence. Their attack has never looked more dangerous. Jude Bellingham's ability to dictate play from midfield, combined with the leadership of Antonio Rudiger in defense, gives Madrid a strong foundation. The game may come down to moments of brilliance from either side, with both clubs capable of producing magic at any time. While the spotlight is naturally on stars like Vinícius, Mbappé, Lewandowski, and Bellingham, it's often the tireless work of unsung heroes that can decide an El Clásico. For Real Madrid, players like Eduardo Camavinga and Federico Valverde have been pivotal in controlling the tempo and disrupting the opposition. Their energy, pressing, and ability to recover possession might be the key to stopping Barcelona's creative players. Valverde's engine and Camavinga's adaptability allow Madrid to maintain balance in both attack and defense. On the Barcelona side, the influence of players like Marc Casado and Jules Koundé could be just as decisive. Koundé's defensive stability, combined with Casado's work rate in midfield, might be crucial in breaking up Madrid's fluid attacks. In a game where moments of brilliance from star players often steal the headlines, it's the steady contributions of these grinders that can turn the tide. Their ability to execute the tactical details, whether it's covering defensive gaps or winning key duels, often plays a decisive role in matches of this magnitude. Ultimately, this Clásico could hinge on those finer details. Whether it's a perfectly timed tackle, a crucial interception, or a midfield battle won, the impact of these less heralded players might define the outcome. In such tightly contested games, every little detail matters, and it's often the hard-working players behind the scenes who tip the balance. As for our prediction, one thing is for certain: this El Clásico will deliver plenty of goals and thrilling attacking football. With both sides boasting immense firepower, we expect an open game full of end-to-end action and moments of magic. And yes, we think Barcelona will win by a 2-goal margin.